First off, I started by using the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Eden to prime my eyelids. This is a really good primer because it really helps the colours to pop and the eyeshadow just to last so much longer. I blended this all out using the Zoeva 110 Face Expert brush just to make sure everything's all blended out. Now onto eyeshadows, I picked up the colour Substitute for Love from the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette and blended this into my crease with a fluffy brush. As you can see, I'm bringing this down on to either side of the eye to create a halo effect. Then I took a smaller crease brush to add some more definition, still using the same shade. Next I took this shade Bittersweet from the same palette and I applied this to the middle of the eyelid. I packed this on and then made sure I blended the colours really well into each other so it doesn't look like there's random blocks of eyeshadow. And then to add the tiniest bit of shimmer, I picked up the shade Pure Ganache and I applied this with a very light hand directly on top of where we applied Bittersweet. Next up, onto eyeliner, I used the Maybelline Master Ink eyeliner in the matte finish. This is my absolute favourite. So here I'm just creating a winged eye by using short strokes to ensure that I don't make any mistakes. Now I am picking up MAC Soft and Gentle Highlighter to highlight my brow bone, and I am making sure that I am packing this on, and I'm also blending it in with the colour in the crease just to make sure that there are no harsh lines and everything should be looking seamless. I am also applying this into the inner corner of my eyes to make them appear more open. Then using a spoolie, I'm just combing out my eyebrows and I'm going to go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, and I am just carving out the shape of my eyebrows, and I'm just adding more product where necessary. Here I'm just combing through my brows one last time to make sure that everything is blended and it doesn't look fake. We want it to look natural. For mascara, I will be using the Loreal False Lash Sculpt Mascara, and here I'm just applying a generous amount of this onto my eyelashes. We will be using falsies afterwards. Now that the eyes are complete, I am moving on to my base. I've already moisturized my skin, so I'm going to begin by using the Maybelline Baby Skin Primer, and I'm just massaging this into my skin. For foundation, I'm using a mixture of the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation and the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I'm just dotting this all over my face and then going in with a damp beauty blender to blend that all out. This is my favourite way to apply foundation because I think if you apply directly with the beauty blender it eats up some of the product. So I first go in with like a small brush and then I blend it all out with the beauty blender, and it gives you a really flawless finish. Moving on to concealer, I'm using this Tarte Creaseless Concealer, and oh my god, I absolutely love this product. It actually says what it does. It actually doesn't crease under your eyes. So I'm just applying this onto the areas that I like to highlight, so under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my chin, around my mouth and on my forehead. To blend that all out, I am using my damp beauty blender again. You really need to make sure that the beauty blender is damp, otherwise it won't blend as well. This step is optional, but I used another concealer just under my eyes as I have really bad dark circles, so this just helps to give some extra coverage. Here I'm using another Holy Grail product of mine, the Maybelline Eraser Eye Concealer in the shade Light. It's such a good creamy concealer and it is super affordable. And again, you all know the drill, I'm just using a damp beauty blender to make sure that is all blended out. You guys really need to buy a beauty blender, and the original one, because there is nothing that works wonders like how this does. Now to set all the concealer in place, I'm using the Mercier translucent setting powder, and I am using this to bake my under eyes just to make sure the concealer does not budge and it does not crease. So you have to wait about 15-20 minutes to let that bake. In the meantime, I like to do something else. I went and put on some falsies while I was waiting. Now you need to take a fluffy brush to dust off all the excess powder. I like to push in some of the powder at the same time to really make sure that everything is locked in place. I completely forgot to set my eyebrows, so here I'm just using the Loreal Brow Artist Plumper. This just makes sure that the hairs don't budge. Then I'm applying some of the same L'Oreal mascara onto my bottom lashes. I like to do this step towards the end once the top lashes are completely dry so that you don't get mascara onto your eyelids. Now moving on to contour, I'm using the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in the shade Medium just to sculpt out the hollows of my cheeks. I will also be applying this around my forehead and down the sides of my nose. For blusher, I am using a Kiko blusher and it's called the Soft Touch Blush in the shade 110. It's a really nice pinky shade. I'm just applying this to the apples of my cheeks. For highlighter, I am using MAC Soft and Gentle again, and I'm just applying this on the high points of my cheeks and on the tip of my nose. Then I use the MAC Fix Plus spray and spray this on top of where I applied the highlighter and push this in with a damp beauty blender. Because I wanted an extra glow because it's summer, I applied another layer of highlighter on top, and this time I sprayed the Fix Plus spray directly onto the beauty blender and repeated the same step as before. This will make your skin look dewy without it looking caked on. Moving on to lips, I am using a Rimmel lip liner in the shade Cappuccino. I start off by lining my lips and also filling them all in. Then for lipstick, I used the NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick in the shade Lace Detail. It is such a gorgeous nude colour and it would look good with any look. And this brings me to the end of the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!